Hi, good morning. Michelle here. Today I wanted to talk to you about my works in progress or my WIPs. I am one of those people who like to start a new project very often. So I've got about 15 WIPs on the go right now. I just can't focus on only one. I get distracted and bored a little bit, especially if it's a big project. So for the most part, when I start to feel a little bored or when I come across a new pattern that I just need to do, I start on it almost right away. I love getting projects set up, cutting the fabrics, dyeing the fabrics, finding all the colors for it. I love all that. It's so much fun. Especially if I don't need any colors. If I have them all, I'm all like, yeah, I can start right now. I love it. So I am a little bit more organized today. I do have a list of my WIPs and where they are from, which designers I've gotten them from. Also the dates that I've started. Most of them I have the exact date. Some it's just kind of around. Haven't finished any of them because they're WIPs, obviously, but I do have one that I'm going to finish today. I'll start off showing you that one because I'm super excited about it. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday, the 25th, was National Nerd Day, which I'd never heard about, and I'm a big nerd. I love the Marvel universe. I'm a Disney nerd. I love to read about mostly post-apocalyptic young adult fiction. I love that stuff, like Hunger Games, and right now I'm reading Marissa Meyer, which is about how best to describe it. The one I've just finished is called Cinder, so it's about Cinderella in the future. She's a robot and needs to help save her city and from a plague. So it's really kind of appropriate, which I think is why I'm really into it right now. So I thought, well, I have to stitch something for this. And after I'm in a nerdy Facebook group, and a lot of them were posting some really cool stuff that they had already stitched or were planning on stitching. So I said, you know what? I have the perfect pattern for this. It is from, let me get there we go. Lynn Vincent Designs from Etsy is where I bought it. The dye pour that I did, the video that I did, this is the fabric that turned out. So it really is, to me, it's perfect for this pattern. Like I was waiting for something to come along. So this is Say Hello Again. It's a TV. It's an old-fashioned TV. And it's based on WandaVision. So when I'm done, there will be a quote as well as some little sparkly color bursts. They're not sparkly, but they're just color bursts, so it'll look sparkly. And I just need to do some finishing touches on the TV itself. There's some detail with back stitching. Is that not the coolest? I love it. I just love it. And the fabric, like with the swirl and everything, it really has that 70s vibe to me, which goes perfect with the TV. And WandaVision, they go through their era quite quickly. So I'm very excited about this one, and this is the one that I will be finishing today because I wanted it done for the 25th, but didn't happen because I just started it yesterday. But I've gotten a lot done. I've only been stitching this right now. And yeah, so that's hopefully will be done today. And then I'll be able to post it as a FFO eventually. So put that one aside. After that, the other thing that I have been working on today, this week, just an update on my Hallomania, Stitch Mania, which is, again, my colors that I just throw in the hoop. it's the easiest way for me to keep them with the project that I'm working on. So this one here, it's the trick or treat one. It's coming along really great. I still have it on the hoop, so it's kind of hidden a bit. But it has the big curly Q here on the T. So the bottom is going to say treat, and it's going to have another curly Q for the T. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It looks smoky. And then here it kind of has like a tree feeling to me, going up to the moon. Just love it. So that's almost done. If I finish the one division today, then I'll have this one done for sure by Sunday. And that one, sorry, I didn't say where that was from. That was from the Snarky and Modern S&M embroidery group on Facebook. They have a lot of free files there. You have to be part of the group to get the files. And I started that one on May 19th, which was last Sunday. So it's coming along really good. So I also have other ones here. I do have my other Halloween one that I showed you last time, so I'm not going to bother showing you today. I didn't make any progress on it whatsoever. Have not stitched on it at all. So my next one, this one is a monthly release. It's a Sal from Cunning Stitch, Cunning Cross Stitch, sorry. This is, the designer is Stuart Cunningham. He is in a lot of my Facebook groups. He's from Fans of Et Bop, was where I heard about it first. Excuse me. And I think he's in the Nerdy Cross Stitch group, and he's in the Enablers or the S&M Cross Stitch group. So he's in a lot, and he's a great designer. Like, his stuff is amazing. His detail is insane. So this is one of his. I'm doing all three. He's got the big Sals that he's got. He's got smaller patterns, but Harry Potter, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Crossing. And I'm doing all three. I have them all started. The Harry Potter one and Animal Crossing one is taking me the longest, and I'm working on it the slowest. I enjoy it. It's still makes me happy to do. I just get sidetracked very easy, and I'm working on the other ones more. So this one here is my absolute favorite though. This is Magic Kingdom, and this is released, I'm trying to keep the light, there we go. This is released once a month. And we have Little Mermaid, Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, Lion King, and Beauty and the Beast. So his May release will be coming up very soon. I'm very excited. On the 1st of every month. The fabric is dyed by me, of course. It's a blue, aqua blue, and pink. So there is some purple in there because of the mixture. And it came across very Disney to me. Make it blue, make it pink. And because of that, it's my favorite because I love Disney. I've got a couple of Disney stitches on the go. This one here, of course, Magic Kingdom. And this big one behind me is just started. I have not done much except for one color on it. Right here. So it's just a little blue blob right now. And my lovely dirt streak that I don't know how that got there. But thankfully, it's a full coverage piece, and that will stitch right on top, and it won't show through. So I'm okay with it, but I would like to figure out how it happened. So this one will be a Disney stitch also. This is one of those designs that if I would have known better, I would not have bought it. It's from Amazon. It came as a kit. And I bought it at the start of the lockdown last year, but I didn't really start it. I only just started it this month. And it was huge. It is huge. It's gigantic. This fabric here is folded over so many times. It's going to be at least 2 feet. I don't believe it's an original design. I think it is a knockoff. So Now that I know better, because I did not know better at the time, I was just looking for free cross stitch. Let's see some cross stitches. Oh, look, Amazon has kits for sale. Let's buy one because it must be good. So it did come with all the floss and the fabric and everything, and it's decent floss. I don't think it's DMC, but it is decent. It's based, it looks like, now that I know, I've done some research, and it does look like a Thomas Kincaid Disney. He did a series of Disney stitches, and it looks like one of those. So I didn't buy it straight from them. I don't know if it's public property now because Thomas Kincaid is everywhere. So if that's the case, great, fine. I didn't do a faux pas, but I have a feeling it's not. So I'm not going to list that company name because looking through their things, I'm pretty sure they're all kind of rip-offs. So we'll leave that as it is, but it will be the Beauty and the Beast castle in the background with Belle and Beast in the foreground with Lumiere and Cogsworth and all that in the front. So that's going to be a lot of fun to stitch once I get there. It's a full coverage piece, so it will take me a long time. Probably more than a year, because my full coverage pieces, I have a habit. I have a really old one that I'm not going to show you today because it's gross. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish it. I used to smoke way back in the day, and when I was working on that, it's so gross. It's covered in nicotine. Ugh. And so I haven't picked it up in a very long time, but it's like a 3-foot piece, and I've got about, I said a third a while back. I don't know if I wrote that down or said it, but it's only an 1/8 done. Like I did not do much at all. And that thing is at least 8 years old. So my BAPS, big ass projects, take me a very long time to finish. If I finish them at all. So that one's a year, quite a few year-long projects. So my next one is this beauty. Take my colors off the hoop again. So this one here is from Stitchonomy Stitch-Alongs, Alyssa Westhawk. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I think that's how you pronounce it. This is Homely Houseplants version 2. And I only have some of the shelving done. It's not completely finished yet. I'm going to finish that as I go. So I've got my 6th plant started up here. This plant literally almost killed me. I don't know what it is about it. It's not a lot of stitches. Excuse me. But it took me forever. I don't know if it's the coloring of the pot behind the leaves. I'll try to get it close there. There's some purple and light purple zigzag, but it took me forever. And when I posted about it, a lot of people said the same thing. So I feel better. It's not just me, but it's gorgeous. I love the color of it. It's so vibrant. My mother-in-law said that she loves it, so she wants it now. I wasn't planning on giving it to her, but she can have it if she wants. I really don't mind. I love giving my stuff away. If it's going to go to a good home, I'm happy with that. This one is another stitch along. This one is a year-long one, so I fall behind a lot, but I'm trying to catch up now. And it's okay because I have until the year. And then I have until after, because there's really no time limit on the Sal, right? We all know that. This one I'm doing 2 versions of. She has 4 versions on her project. It's from the Steady Thread. Sorry, I should say that first. It's from the Steady Thread, and it's the Botanical Sal. So she has a honeycomb version, a regular squared box version, and a little fruit fly just flew by. Ooh. This is the season. And then a garden version and a vases version. So this is the garden version. This fabric was dyed by me. Every time I bring it up, the light goes away. I'm sorry. Try to get it close. So the garden version, I have it outlined in black. And I am using some very old linen thread that my mother-in-law gave me. She had it as a set and never been used. And very old, so starting to kind of fall apart a bit. So I really wanted to do this version with it. The fabric was just a fun dye that my son and I did together. He dyed a pillowcase and I dyed my Ada. And we just mixed all the colors together, like just poured it on. We wanted to see how it was going to go. That was his idea. He says, I want to do all the colors. So I said, okay, let's do it. So we got it all. So, I mean, I've got some rainbow in there because of the way the color landed. And then the splotches of pink, that was with powder. The rest of all this was with liquid. So the splotches came out like really perfect. I just love it. It looks like a garden. The flowers and everything, it just fit the theme perfect. So I am doing it with a linen thread. I'm not color coordinating. I want to use all of the linens. So I'm just switching up the flowers with different colors. They're not showing through. Not the greatest, but that's what I want. I want the fabric to stand out more because I love it so much. And the black outline of the greenhouse, garden, landscape is what I want. So to me, it's working out perfectly. This one is for me. I'm not giving it to anybody. I'm sorry. I want to keep it. So I don't want to show you the vases version because that one is a surprise for somebody. Yeah, and they might watch this video, so I don't want to show that one. But it is gorgeous, and it's the same flowers, but set up as vases and just scattered. So it's going to be turned into a pillow, a little cushion, because I love making cushions. They're so pretty. And this little guy here is from Seba Designs. She is on Facebook. I don't know what country she is from, but when you go back through her story, she originally was selling her patterns, and then for some reason it became illegal in her country, and I don't know why. I never quite found out about it. So she is now giving away her patterns for free so that people can still have them. She's still enjoying making them. So, and I mean, they're gorgeous. They're black work. It's all black work. So this one is her Bindali design. Bindali. I dyed my own floss for this one. I call it watermelon. Pink and green. There's actually 4 shades in here, but they turned out very close together. So it doesn't look like a big difference. And I originally had another fabric set for it, but it was much too close in color, so it wouldn't have worked very well. So instead I did this little one. I did a different fabric. It still doesn't stand out the greatest, but you can see some of it. Look at those little flowers. Aren't those pretty? So this will go around in a circular pattern, and it will take up the whole hoop. And I got my little llama. And it's mostly just so I could use my floss. I love it. It's so pretty. And next up, I'm going through all 15 with you, by the way, in case you didn't know. You're with me for the long ride. This one is from TT Designs. Originally she had the group name just Sasanak, but She's planning a lot of different sals in the future. And I just realized I ripped my floss off my thing. I thought it was a piece of Ada. So now I'm going to have to go and fix that. So smart. Anyways, this is the Sasanak Sal. So if you are unaware of what a Sasanak is, it is the Anglo term for English lady or English person. And it's from Outlander, the book and show. So my mother-in-law is anyways, I don't know if she's never seen the show, but she's read the books a long time ago and she loved them. Some of the scenes are a little too gory now for her, and I agree because I'm watching the show, and yeah, it is. It's something else. So this is the stitch for that. I dyed the fabric myself. So here we have the beginnings of Lollybrock. That's where I stopped. That's the castle name. This is a large coverage of one single color. It's not my favorite thing to do, so it takes me a long time to get through it. Solid single colors are like my nemesis. Oxford, Harvard. And then the stones, and I have not done anything up top here yet. Now this Sal is finished, and you can find it on her page, TT Designs. It's gorgeous. Like, the final edition of it, she's got lettering, and a lot of it is writing and back stitching and things like that. But like, her alphabets are gorgeous. Gorgeous, like calligraphy style, bounce style, I think it's called. It's just, I can't believe it. I love it. And I can't wait to get there. I'm just being very stubborn and not jumping on it right now. Okay, so next up, most of my whips are Sals, in case you haven't noticed. I just love me a good Sal. I don't know what it is. This one is the Parks and Recreation, and it's backwards, sorry. I'm gonna have to figure out how to flip my videos so you guys can at least see the words. So this is based on the show, of course. So we have Pawnee, half of the mustache, because again, it's a solid black color, and I just stop halfway. I don't know why. JJ's Diner. And then we have this border here, which is just half stitches. So much easy. So easy to do. And I dyed it this way. I wanted it to look like a park. So we got the blue sky, the grass, and the little, I don't know, leaves or something. Just wanted to mix some brown in with that. I love this. This is one of my favorite ones I've done. This one, again, is just taking me a while. It's not done yet. The Sal is still running. It is from Melissa Muehlberger. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly. I'm really not good at pronouncing names. And she is in the group The Enablers. We enable each other to do more Sals and buy all the things. So this is the vases. I'll show you the back. There. Little sneak peek. No detail, but that's the vases version of the Botanical Sal. Okay, so this one is from Peppermint Purple. She has a sample Sal every year, or at least started last year maybe. 2020 might have been her first year. I'm not really sure. So I did the 2020. I talked about this in the last video, and it was the temperature version. So this is the square version. I wanted to do colors on this one. Oh, sorry. I wanted to do colors on this one to match my house. Look at those boxes. Isn't that gorgeous? And like the border around it is just, it's gorgeous. gorgeous. I love it. I wanted it to match my house, and my house is mostly teal. I have a lot of teal everywhere, or at least shades of blue, shades of teal. None of it matches, but it's all there, and it's my favorite. So teal and brown, because my table is brown. So this will eventually become a pillow for my couch. Da, 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 da. Another one of my favorites. This one, it's one of those fabrics that I had a design in mind. It worked, just not quite the shade I wanted. So I didn't want to play with it around anymore after that because I didn't want to lose the design. So the filling, because it's black work, I had to do the fill 2 strands for the colors to show against my background. I didn't want to change the colors of the fill because it's part of the design. It's kind of integral to the design. So I'm doing my best with it. It's for me, so it doesn't matter. I know what it's about. So this is from the Urban Stitches. Yes, sorry, I didn't want to say that wrong. So the Urban Stitches, and it is the Coffee Field Guide. So here we have black work, and the inside of each coffee is layered with the instructions on how to do the coffee. So on the bottom it'll have a color chart, hot and cold, ice, cream, coffee, espresso, that kind of thing. My husband and I are big coffee drinkers, and I just love it. And then the fabric, I wanted it to look coffee stained. So we've got like drips, coffee rings, and this is what I didn't want to lose by changing the color or over dyeing it again. So I didn't want to lose that detail. That's what I wanted. It's a coffee guide, right? It's got to look messy. So I'm just going with it, doing it 2 strands. It's working so far. Some of the detail is a little bit lost, but it's not the end of the world because I like it a lot. This one you can find on her website. It is a paid pattern. It's not a free pattern. The Urban Stitches. And this one is also a free pattern, paid pattern, sorry, from Etsy. These Stitches Be Crazy is the name of her shop. And it will be, because it does not look like it right now, but it will be a polar bear with black work as the fill. Isn't that so cute? So here, there's going to be a big snowflake design. And then as I go down, it'll start to fill in the legs. And on this side will be like the head and that. So this is for my mom, special request. She loves polar bears for her Christmas design. So I wanted to make her this and send it to her for Christmas. I started this, I think, in February. I didn't write down the start date on this one, but I think it was February. So this is how quickly I do things. Mostly things that don't quite, I don't know, keep my interest that much. Go a little bit slower. I love them because I don't really stitch anything I don't love because I know I'll just never finish it. But it just takes a long time. So this is the Animal Crossing from Cunning Stitch. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Ah, come on. There we go. So his designs are very detailed. He's got it down to like the color, the half stitch, the quarter stitch, the back stitching. It's amazing. He does it all. Fills it all up nicely. I'm very slow on this one, but it's just because of the detail. I need to be in a proper pay attention mood. So This one, I dyed the fabric again myself. I wanted it to look like water. So it's aqua and charcoal gray. And it's on even weave because of the quarter stitches. I find quarter stitches are so much easier on even weave. I do some with 14 count with the Highland Mer black work. They use a lot of quarter stitches also. And the 14 count works all right, but I get a much cleaner end result on even weave. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. You can do so much with it as long as you don't lose track that you're stitching over two, which is the hardest thing to get used to in the beginning. This was a free sal that is still happening. This is released on the 15th of every month instead of the 1st. So we have the Magic Kingdom on the 1st and the Animal Crossing on the 15th. And last but not least, this was the first one that I started into with sals. One of the first ones. This one is the Harry Potter one. I'm going to undo this just to show you the top because I am so proud of the top. It took me so long to finish it. And it's so pretty. Look at this. Harry Potter. Now, we're not big Harry Potter fans, not like some people. My son just really started liking the movies about, I don't know, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And he actually hasn't watched all of them because he's too young. Oops. Sorry, that was crazy. He's only watched, I think, the first two. After that, I just find it's a little too dark. He's not quite ready for that yet. But he likes the world of Harry Potter. He's slowed down a little bit, of course. Once I start stitching something for him, he changes his mind. But the fun thing about this Harry Potter one is it's not a sal. It's a stitch your own adventure. So it's like those old books where you'd get to the bottom of the page and it would say, did you want to slay the dragon or do you want to run away? Go to page 84 or go to page 10. So you pick your own path. So you go on to the next one and then you go from there. So it's the same thing with this. With each, I'll show you. These here are chapters. So in each chapter, you would choose what you want in the chapter by following the directions in the letter and picking your own way. So for the wand here, there's two ends to the wand. There's the point and the handle. And you roll a dice. If you roll a 3, this is your point. If you roll a 6, this is your end. So my son, it's for my son. So it's all based on his decisions. We have them written down. We've been through the whole thing. He's made all of his final decisions. I just have to stitch them in. So that's his wand from rolling. And then each chapter, he has his own thing. And we found out he's a Slytherin. Not quite surprised, though. Pretty sure I'm a mix between a Ravenclaw and a Hufflepuff, but I don't know. It's just for fun. Like I said, I'm a nerd, and this is part of our nerd world. So that is the very last one. This is also from Cunning Stitch. It's free on his blog. No, website now. Sorry, he's moved to a website, cunningcrossstitch.com. And this is finished. It's not a stitch along. It's one in the past files, and it's SYOA, Stitch Your Own Adventure. So that is a good one, and that's that for my whips. So the next time I do a whip update, I'm not going to go through all 15 again. We've done this. I don't need to kill you. What I'll do is if I've worked on any, I'll update. If I start any new ones, I'll show you those ones. And I probably will, because I always do. Actually, that's the next thing I wanted to show you. I am starting a new sal on the 7th of June. There will be a Dogs of Disney stitch along, and that is with Abby Falla. She is Abby Sue Designs on Etsy. She has so many Disney designs. They're gorgeous. And I have a Moana in my cart for my niece. I haven't bought it yet because I'm not 100% sure because there's no face on it. And I love that. The design of it is beautiful, but my niece is too. And I'm not sure if not having a face on something is creepy for a 2-year-old. So I might just buy it, stitch it, see if she likes it. And if she doesn't, I'll keep it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So it's still in my cart. But her Dogs of Disney stitch along is going to be a big one. I'm doing it on even weave because she also uses quarter stitches. So because of that, it's a 28 count, which is comparable to a 14 count. So I have to go as big as possible. It's going to be huge. But it's not full coverage. Each dog is just the head of the dog. And it's set up like, I want to say 12. Could be more. Could be 15. She just has a black silhouette right now of each dog's head. So we don't know the colors that are being used in it. And, well, we do, but we don't know for which dog is which. And some of the dogs, we can kind of figure it out who it is by the silhouette, but some we can't. So, or at least I can't. And I'm a big Disney person, so some of the silhouettes, I'm like, it could be this one, but it could be this one. So I don't know. We'll see. So it's exciting. I'm very excited about it. So I dyed my fabric, and my fabric was a fail. It was a fail. It was a sad fail because it did turn out, one part of it turned out great. And it turned out the way I wanted it to, but the rest of it did not. So what happened, the tray that I use for shaving cream dye was not big enough for this entire piece. Like, it's a big piece. And my tray was not big enough. So fold it, it'll work, it'll bleed through. Shaving cream does not bleed through. Not as well as you would expect. So regular liquid dye, yes, if you put that anywhere, it will stain, it will dye, it will bleed through. Shaving cream doesn't, even if you add water. I tried, didn't work. So what happened, I wanted to do puppy paw prints going across the fabric, all in a big mixture, like, you know, they walked in paint or something and just walked on the fabric. So instead of getting cute little paw prints all over, I had my fabric folded in 3s. So you can see these demarcation lines here. That's where it was folded. And you might be able to see some leftover paw print, maybe not. But this dark spot here was where the paw prints worked. Here was nothing. Nothing. So I had one blob of color and then white everywhere else, with a little bit of blue on this side because of the way it was folded. Some of it did bleed through, but not enough to show the pattern and not enough to actually give it like decent color. So I was like, okay, this is almost a whole roll of 20 by 24. This is 19 by 21. So, yeah. So what I did, I scrunched it up, threw it into a jar with just regular blue dye, navy blue. Took it out. I could still see the puppy paw prints. So I put it back in the jar and poured the brown dye on top. And it worked to cover it up. This is actually the back side that I'm going to be doing. This is the side I'm going to be ironing on just in case I get any color issues. So this is the front side. And, oh, sorry, I'll switch over here. There we go. You can't really see the paw prints that much on this side. So this will just be a nice dark blue corner with the brown on the other side. So this one is for my son. It'll go in his room. He's already claimed it. He doesn't care about Mommy's mistakes. Thank God. So he's going to have that one. So that's okay. He's happy with it, and that's all that matters. So yeah, so mistakes happen with dye. My husband looks at me, he's like, you didn't do a test one first? I was like, no, because I just assumed it would work. But now I know it doesn't, and I should have done a test one. So, oh well. I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God, that's a whole roll. Should I just do another one? No, because I can't use it for anything else, because I don't have anything else that is that size, or that color pattern even. So I was like, no, I can't just throw it away. What is that? Does anybody do that? No, I can't. So we're using it, and it's gonna work. So yeah, so anyways, that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. All I wanted to show you. Yeah. So my WandaVision, I'm going to get back to that and hopefully finish it up today. And I'll be able to show it to you next week as a finished, not an FFO, again, because I probably won't have it framed, but a finished one anyway. So have a wonderful day. It's going to be sunny here later on, so hopefully I can maybe stitch outside for a little bit. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.